Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, welcome back again, tennis fans. After we had the draw going on yesterday, well, it's early morning today for us. I'm feeling a little bit worse for wear after all those beers and those 3 hours of draw previews. But we're not here to talk about Roland Garros so much. We're here to talk about the weekly roundup of the other matches that were going on. And obviously, Djokovic, he's been playing in Belgrade a week before the French Open. Is this normal, JG?
Not for me. I think I spoke about it earlier. I'm unsure why I am lagging so much. Is it lagging for you as well?
Yeah, that's all right, mate. Just we can hear you.
Hopefully it fixes itself out in a minute. But yeah, I think it's a bit of a strange decision just before a Grand Slam, being such a big one for him as well. Obviously, he's going to want to win it twice. He's won it once before. He's going to put a lot of emphasis on it because everyone's really bigging up Rafael Nadal right now and saying it's his to lose. So I just find it a bit of a peculiar timing. And for me, the big thing is, and I think this could disrupt him slightly, is the fact that he's playing there in Belgrade. And no disrespect to some of the opposition, they're not world beaters. They're not really Grand Slam level. You look at his draw then, and he's not got brilliant players in the draw either. So I feel like I don't think this is going to favour him. People can say, oh, it's nice he's having a few little testers, but I think you need to be playing against a lot better opposition to get himself match fit for when he, say, gets to a quarterfinal or potential semi-final of Rafael Nadal. If he plays a lot of people who aren't that great on the tour and then gets to a semi-final against Rafa, I think he gets blitzed. And this preparation is not helping to that because they're not really anyone who's going to trouble him. I know he's dropping sets here and there, but it just seems to be very exhibition-style tennis.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a strange one for me. There's part of me that thinks that he's only doing this tournament just because he didn't manage to win it the first time round, and he just sort of wanted to get a little bit of, I don't know, momentum going into the French Open. I think it's been a little bit, obviously, a bit disappointed. He lost to Rafael Nadal in the final of the last tournament, so he probably wants to try and get some positive, like a win under his belt, get a tournament win. But it's so close to the French Open. You don't see the other players doing this. And that's why it's a little bit concerning. I would like to see Djokovic. We saw it probably had a negative impact when he was playing 2 matches in a day and then having to play Rafael Nadal in that final. JG's nipped out. I think his internet's just playing up, but it's fine. He had to play Rafael Nadal in that final when he was a bit tired. And it didn't do him any favours. And I think it could mess him up a little bit. Maybe he thinks he's just going to breeze through these first few matches. That's all. But, well, Sean's jumping in the chat and he's saying this could be him trying to improve his serving and tactics like that might work against Nadal. Yeah, possibly. You never know. So
yeah, I don't know if my internet's any better. It doesn't seem to be. It's just very weird. But let's just share the draw, mate, and let's go through some of the draw in Belgrade. Sure. And we'll talk about some of the players he has faced. I don't like the look. I just don't think it's going to help him. But I know some people there are saying it will. I just think it's a weird decision. You can see Mats Morang, first match he played. Correa completely blitzed him.
Yeah.
All of these, So Correa's inside the top 100, I believe. But apart from that, I think everyone's well outside the top 100. Yeah, and Jed Martin could be 200 maybe. I don't know.
This could have been 6 months ago. This was a challenger tournament, really.
Yeah.
Looking at it. Bastiashvili, who was on one of the worst runs ever. So, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he's played a challenger just before going to Roland Garros. I just think it's bizarre. It really doesn't mean... I don't understand it. The only one thing I would say is, at the end of the day, it's his decision. And if he feels comfortable doing it, we can't really go against him. Because it's Novak Djokovic, mate. I think he knows probably better than what we do, his own body and how he's feeling. Just from someone looking in from the outside, it just seems bizarre because he's not testing himself too much. Granted, he's losing sets, but I think it's because maybe does he even care? Does it mean anything, this tournament? It's like an exhibition before the French Open.
Do you think that there's a chance that you could risk injuring yourself in a tournament, though? But unless he's not going full pelt, but there's still always a chance.
Yeah, there's always a risk. There's always a risk, and it's another thing you need to consider. It just seems very strange. Very, very strange.
I think the surprise package of the tournament, who's been taking it very seriously, is Molcan, mate. He was a replacement for Krajinovic, and he's gone all the way to the final, beaten Del Bonis, and came back to beat Del Bonis as well from a set down. Incredible. So is he? Well, just he's going to fancy his chances in the final against Djokovic, maybe.
Well, if you're Molcan, mate, why not? This is like a big opportunity for him because Djokovic care about it too much because it doesn't mean anything. His focus is going to be on Roland Garros. And Molcan here, he's not playing in Roland Garros, so he's got like a free shot here at an ATP title. That's the way I look at it.
Incredible, really. And that one's taking place. I think it kicks off in about 10 minutes' time. But for him to just suddenly turn up and just be a qualifier for the tournament and then do this well. I mean, he lost to Coria recently in the last tournament he played, and look what Djokovic did to Coria. But Molcan seems to have just turned it up a notch, and the level of his wins as well, really, really impressive. He beat Kristen 6-love, and Kristen just knocked out. Who is it? Kristen just knocked out. Let me just go back to that one because Kristen knocked out Sun Woo Kwon. Yeah, that's right. And then he double bagels him. Crazy, mate. That was a surprise package for the tournament. Great to see somebody who 255 in the world. You wouldn't have even expected him to be getting to the final.
Molcan's a good player, though. I don't want to just say now before it's a bit late, but like he is a really good player. He's probably a bit disappointed he's not higher up the rankings, so he can't really enter qualifications for Roland Garros. But I believe he's young. I'm not sure how young. So you never know, mate. If he's having a good little run here, he could fly through the rankings and have a good season. And potentially might see him in Roland Garros qualies next year or something.
Indeed, mate. It might be the catalyst he needs, just this type of tournament. If he gets a good or a close result against Djokovic, it might just give him loads of confidence. He might be flying. It might be another Karatsev story coming. Yeah. So you never know. Well, it'd be exciting anyway, especially as he's a little bit younger as well. So he could get his career off to a nice starter here just from this pre-Roland Garros tournament. Yeah. So
while you're in the bracket, should we have a little look, see who's winning the bracket?
Yeah, sure, mate. Let me just move to the top. I know that we've got quite a few new people joining. We're up to 250 now. Look at that.
Oh, great.
Thanks, guys.
If you've not joined already, make sure to hit the link in the description. You can join this for Roland Garros, and we'll be giving prizes for the men's and women's tournament for any of the winners.
Wow, look at that. Jordan is leading the way in Belgrade. Impressive stuff there. Wow. And
has he won it?
I guess everybody has Djokovic, surely. Yeah. Djokovic, Krajinovic, that would have been. So, yeah, I'm guessing there's no way that no one has Molcan to win the whole thing. No, I mean, look at it. So Djokovic. Does anyone not pick Djokovic? Well, someone had Del Bonis there. Nah, and just these ones at the bottom. I think that's
the trolls. The trolls at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. So Jordan's done well there.
So well done to Jordan. He's won in Belgrade just before French Open. Let's see if that helps him in the French Open. See if he has a nice little run.
Indeed.
While we're there, we had Saruk, who won in Parma. I don't know if we've announced that on the podcast. And the winner in Parma was, do you want to go through that quickly?
Yeah, let's just have a look on there before we go through his bracket. Obviously, we've got, I'm looking through the wrong one. Sorry. Apologies. Let me just go back. It's easier to look through the draw because it gives the actual results, not the person picks. Yeah, so you had Sebastian Korda. He's been doing fantastic. He's in the final against Cecchinato. Yeah, and that will be being played at 2:00 today.
Yeah, so I think you got the women's final. Has that started now as well? I think they're all around the same sort of time.
Yeah, I think that's a similar time as well. I can't see that. Oh no, yeah, 2:00 as well.
Yeah, so I think that's 2. So we've got the Djokovic one. It was supposed to be for 1 here. So like now it should be starting, and then you've got the Korda final as well. I think Korda's going to win. I think he's been so good. I don't think he's dropped a set, has he?
No, he hasn't. No, you're right.
And look at the people he's played as well.
It's looking very good.
I think Korda's looking dangerous, and but yeah, again, you've got to be consistent with my opinions. I've already sort of not ripped into Djokovic, but I've said it's going to affect him. With Korda, he's played better opposition than Djokovic by country bound, so I can't really diss him in that regards. It's more the fact that I'm not sure fitness wise and endurance wise if he's going to be able to play a tournament now and then play one tomorrow, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Crazy, isn't it? I mean, we saw this recently, didn't we?
Just seems to be too much tennis all combined, and I don't think it's ever worked out. I've seen it many times over the years where players have done it. They go out first round, second round. They might have an injury. They'll pull out. It just seems bizarre.
It happened in Australian Open, didn't it? Dan Evans won the tournament, didn't he? Pre-Australian Open, then went out first round to Cam Norrie. So, yeah, I don't think it's wise. It's good to get the points on the board, but
do you think some players do it? I don't necessarily mean Djokovic, but probably more a Korda. Do you think he does this? And this is a bit controversial because, say, if he is to go out first, second round in Roland Garros, he'll then use the excuse, I think I made a mistake. I played too much tennis before. And it makes it a little bit less pressure on him because he's more expected not to do well.
Yeah, possibly. But if he wins the tournament, then some people might be hyping him up more than anything, saying, well, he just won a tournament. I'm backing him to go better than he did last year, which was, fourth round? Yeah. Well, can he do that? But I don't think it's going to be an easy match. The finals against Cecchinato, he knocked out Jaume Munar, Gombos, Bedeni, all good players as well. So, and he's a clay court specialist. So I don't think it's a gimme, but Korda's looking very good. Straight sets against all high quality opposition. I think it's going to be a good final, though. I look forward to seeing how that one plays out. In the women's, we had Strasbourg taking place. I'll go to the actual draw. Sorry, I've just gone on to
and who was leading Parma quickly before we go on to that? We need to see who could potentially be winning. We had Jordan winning the Belgrade one. The Parma one potentially could be a little bit more open. Look, we just got another person join as well.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that. Yeah, so we got Sharuk. So let's have a look at the picks. So
39, though. So it's going to be a head-to-head. Yeah, either Sharuk versus Chuck F to win that one.
Well done, guys.
Fair play to you two. You've smashed it. I think probably more credit to Sharuk because he actually called the final.
Yeah, incredible. So all of the hard work for Chuck must have been done in the early rounds, it seems, to get him into this position. So in with a fighting chance. That's going to be exciting. Those two going head-to-head. Good luck to both of you. Let's move over to the women's tournament, which is playing. It's Strasbourg, and we've got a final there. Obviously, Andreescu pulled out because she was focusing on the French Open. See, some players are thinking about it in the back of their minds, especially with the draw that Andreescu got. No wonder she pulled out. There's a Danzig in the first round at Roland Garros is horrible. So
yeah, look at Putin Saver as well. She did the same. She basically pulled out French Open.
Wise.
You had the same there with Alice Cornet as well.
Wise.
She retired for French Open.
Sestaya, I don't know if this is a wise decision going all the way. Look, she had to play a 3-setter there as well to get to the final. Krejcikova had to play a 3-setter as well. If the final goes to 3 sets, I don't want to diss one of the ladies that I've tipped to do well, but I don't think Krejcikova is going to do well if she has another long match.
Yeah, agreed. I think both of them really are in as tricky situation as each other because they're both going to be playing the final today in about an hour's time, and they're going to be. Well, you'd have thought before they're playing the final, you'd think, they're actually going to do very well at Roland Garros this year. But now they're playing just now. I'm not so convinced by it all.
Nah, same, mate.
Maybe this is just me and I'm just being too much of a wimp. And I'm saying, at the end of the day, they're sports people. They should be able to play. I just think it's too... In a Grand Slam scenario, obviously it's not the same for the women, but for the men, being best of 5, it's just ridiculous for me. Like, there's too many sets, too much tennis. On the clay as well, it can be a real slog. Some matches can be, about 5 hours long?
Exactly. And that's like Sean saying here in the comments. He said, what do you think of Djokovic's comment that he prefers best of 5 sets against the next-gen players because he can outlast them?
I agree completely. I completely agree. I think Djokovic has shown over the years that he is one of the best of 5 players there is. And that's why he's won so many Grand Slams. There's no two ways about it.
Never out of it.
His endurance is just up there with the very best. And that's why it's tricky to say this, but my big thing with him is not the endurance side of things. It's the fact that he's playing nobodies before. It's not good preparation whatsoever. The day before you're playing against challenger players, no disregard to them. You then got a not a very good draw either in terms of it's a good draw if you're not playing great players, but it's not going to give you much rhythm. And if you're going into, say, a quarterfinal or a semi-final, against, I think he's got Berrettini potentially in the quarterfinal and then Rafa maybe in a semi. I think he could get beat if he's playing against opposition who aren't up that level. And then going into a big match like that, it's just too much to handle. And that's my opinion.
Mate, I mean, I think it is what it is. I'm just interested to see if Djokovic gets taken to like 5 sets early in Roland Garros. That would be interesting. Is anybody? His draw looks fairly nice though for me. For Djokovic, I think maybe he's taken that into account whilst playing in Belgrade. He'd probably take a look at the draw. If there's a tricky one in there,
it's nice, but you don't get rhythm from it.
No, exactly. That's the problem. And you saw what happened, obviously, against Taylor Fritz when he played the Australian Open. He still had to come through some problems. He had a niggling injury. Hopefully that injury has disappeared and he's not going to have any signs of that creeping up, because you know that he is susceptible. He's only human, mate. And your body, as you get older, it starts getting these little niggles. I know that he's probably mentally stronger than anybody else, and he's probably able to ignore them and fight through them better than anyone else. But the body is only so strong, mate, I think.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's not tired. Hopefully he doesn't get a niggle in this final. He's already facing 2 break points in his first service game. Molcan, look at him go.
Yeah, but just back to the women's, I want to say Sestao is just showing how good she can be. Yes. But you can't read too much into it because she's been a little bit fortunate with what's happened in the draw with the walkover there at the top from Andreescu. Regardless of that, let's see who's winning this bracket. See if it's up for grabs or not.
Yeah, let me just go to the top. Wish there was... Oh, got another member.
No one. Cool. Keep joining, guys. If you want to join, feel free. You can still put your Roland Garros selections in. I think it cuts off tonight. So I really recommend just doing it as soon as possible.
Oh, mate, I'm second. What's happened here? I don't know how. I had Pegula to win it, and she went out first round. How am I at the top? No idea. But, wow, look at that. He's predicted the final. It's Ratchet there. Well done. Fantastic.
Yeah, well done to Ratchet. Smashed it.
Guarantee. Is that a guaranteed win, or is there anyone with Sestao? Maybe got a golden set. If a Sestao wins that, maybe.
How many points? 31 to...
It doesn't. Oh, 35. Yeah, I think there is a potential.
Yeah, I think there is. So it's between them two.
Yep.
Sorry, I can't see the names. You'll have to read them out.
Yeah, so it's a Ratchet, Mithwani, and golden set 60. So, well, best of luck to both of you. Who's going to have the bragging rights? Who's going to get on that GTL leaderboard for the year? Get one next to your name. And if
I think Sestao wins, mate. So who would be the winner then if that happens?
That would be golden set 60.
Oh,
I know. But all Ratchet's good work would be to waste. But both of them predicted the final, though. So that's really, really impressive.
Yeah. Fair play to them too.
Indeed, mate. Right. I'm going to move away from that. Hey, we're back. Obviously, we've been a bit pushed for time to do the podcast over the past week. There's a lot of French Open stuff, obviously, going on at the moment. We've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Yeah, we've managed to get the Game of Faces results and the Dosser of the Week thing. I managed to get all of that ready for here. So we've done the draw before we come on air. So we've got a winner for the Game of Faces. And Jordan, don't worry, you're not forgotten about Dosser of the Week. It is done. We just haven't done a podcast to be able to release it. That's all. So
have you done it already pre-filmed as well? The Dosser of the
mate.
Week?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So that's done. We did the draw just before this podcast. As you can see, my internet is just a shambles today. Yeah. So I could not do the sharing the screen. I think I'd probably be kicked out. So we've done that already. So well done to everyone who entered. We actually got a lot more people right this time than before.
Yeah.
I counted about 5 or 6. I don't know what your final number was.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 5. I mean, there was 3 that I think 3 were the same person though, which I think is Rafan or table tennis.
Okay.
Or Abdul Jalil. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, we did the draw anyway, but well done to everyone who got it right. But first, it's that time again, mate. It's Dosser of last week. So luckily we got in just in time.
Dosser!
Right, mate. Time for Dosser of the week. Here we go. It's that time again. It's Dosser of the week. Here are the nominees. Number 1, Diego Schwartzman lost 6-1, 6-3 to Felix Auger-Aliassime, not really a clay quarter, in his first match in Rome after being the finalist here in 2020. Number 2 is the rain, a surprise nomination as the weather affected a few of the biggest matches in the tournament. 3 players had to play their quarters and semis on the Saturday. Number 3, Karolina Pliskova. She was a late entry, or another good week for her in Rome for the 3rd year running, but she capped it off with an embarrassing double bagel defeat in the final to Iga Swiatek. The winner is... Karolina Pliskova. Because it's so long ago, I'm trying to work out if that was the last week's one or if that was this week's one.
I'm getting confused, mate. I feel like I've already seen that one, personally.
I know. There's part of me that thinks that I've already seen that one as well. Apologies, guys, if we have already seen that one. Because literally, I've been trying to work round the clock over...
Did you not make a new one? You must have
did, mate. I'm just going to upload it now. Anyway, whilst we're waiting for that was 2 weeks ago, Dosser of the Week. I'll upload this one. But whilst we're waiting for that, let's go through Game of Faces.
Time to face the game. It's the game of the faces. Time to face the game. That's right. It's the game of faces.
Yes, the Game of Faces, Liam's favourite, as we know. Let's go through the results of Game of Faces whilst we're loading up Dosser of the Week for this week. Apologies, guys, for the technical difficulties. Here we go. Game of Faces results coming right up. So, the results of Game of Faces Week 2. Who's that hair? It's only one man. It's 20-time Grand Slam champ. It is Roger Federer. He is the hair. Just very distinctive. Those eyes. I can hear a roar. That's right. It's Aslan Karatsev. He is those eyes, those eyebrows. Very distinctive. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Yes, the nose and cheeks are Dan Evans, GB's finest. So, who is going to be this mouth and chin? Very distinctive. Bit of a fair-haired guy. It is the Russian Red Rocket, Andrei Rublev. That is correct. Well done, everybody who got that one. And last but not least, it is the guy in the green shirt. He's a Frenchman. That's right, it's Richard Gasquet. Well done to everybody who got these ones right. That's it for another week of Game of Faces.
Yes, Gasquet, that long neck. the long neck had me confused for so long, you know.
A lot of people saying Djokovic on that one, which is interesting. I know he has a fairly long neck. There was a few interesting ones. A lot more people entered this one. A lot of people didn't get that one right as well. That was the one that confused a lot of people. We did the draw, and the winner of the draw was... The Goat Killer. It was actually a late entry. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen this name cropping up. It's somebody just called The Goat Killer. I know. There was a picture of them killing a goat on their thing, but I'm guessing that's not actually them. Yes, well done to you.
Yeah, well done, The Goat Killer.
Get in contact on Discord or on Instagram.
When we drew it, I was like, who is The Goat Killer?
And mate, exactly. I know there's somebody out there. I hope they're not actually killing goats. I'm not advocating that. I think it's just supposed to be tennis related, to be honest. So yeah, get in contact with us on either Twitter or on Instagram or on Discord. Yeah, and we will arrange a prize being sent to you. There's not going to be a Game of Faces this week because we got so much Roland Garros action going on. I haven't had time to knock up another version of it for you guys. But yeah, maybe we'll go back to it after the tournament. Yeah. But I've got Dosser of the Week loaded up now. We can have the actual one from last week. So it's that time again. Dosser of the Week. Here are the nominations for this week. Number 1, the rain. It was a downpour every single day. It's so many interruptions. When will it stop? Number 2, Dominic Thiem. He was on the losing end again, this time to Cam Norrie. Disappointing straight sets defeat for him. Number 3, it is Roger Federer, 20-time Grand Slam champion, on the comeback on clay. He was 4-2 up in the final set, but finally lost to Andahar 6-4. And the winner is... Dominic Thiem. Well, Dominic Thiem is Dosser of the Week from last week. We know what happened to Zverev when he got Dosser of the Week. He went on and stormed Madrid and won the title. Maybe Dominic Thiem wins Roland Garros. Now he's Dosser of the Week. Who knows?
Oh, Pliskova, she won it the week before. Maybe she'll have a good French Open as well. So I feel like Dosser of the Week, obviously the one you mentioned earlier, the first example, always do well afterwards in Zverev. So let's see what Thiem can do. I've actually got him going quite far in the draw preview, which we did yesterday. If no one's checked that one out yet, or you've not seen it, go check it out. We've done the women's and men's draw preview yesterday, where we got dissect the whole bracket, giving our dark horses and main selections.
Indeed, mate. Exciting stuff. I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I know you've got to nip out. You're only able to spare a little bit of time just to get this pod done for the week. But we will be back tomorrow with Roland Garros action once we've seen where the matches are going to be played, which order of play is going to be on court. We will be bringing you matches tomorrow, so make sure you join us for those. Hit the subscribe button with the bell notification, and you will be notified when we go live.
Yeah. Also, like the video if you haven't already. Join us in the Discord. Make sure you put your brackets through. You've got till tomorrow to do it before the first games kicks off, and you can win prizes as well. So good luck to everyone. Hopefully I can win and you all lose. But for now, we'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Happy Roland Garros Day.
Yes, indeed. See you there, guys.